Hello fellow YouTubers, this is the Nom Gastronom, and today I'll be making flourless chocolate cake. The ingredients are semi-sweet chocolate, butter, egg, sugar, coffee, and salt. Let's start by simmering our water on low. Once it's barely at a simmer, we'll use the double boiler method to melt the chocolate. But make sure that none of the water is touching the bottom of the double boiler, because we want indirect heat. I had a bit too much water in my pot, so I'm going to remove some. There you go, no more water touching. Now, you just let it sit and melt. A little more time and melty goodness is yours. Now, to add the room temperature butter. Make sure it's just a few at a time and the butter really is room temperature, or else the chocolate might separate or harden. Like mine did. Curse you, cold butter! But fear not all is lost. Through the magic of the microwave, my butter is now sufficiently warmed, which was about 10 or 15 seconds. Warming the butter up just a little bit was able to help the chocolate melt again. Now, let's add our last addition of butter and let the chocolate do its magic. And voila! The chocolate is smooth and silky once more. Once it's completely melted, take it off the stove and let it cool on a trivet. Meanwhile, let's whip some egg whites. Attach the whisk attachment to your mixer and then start on low. Sun comes up and rises high, it's so hot, it's gone. Once the egg whites are foamy, add in a pinch of salt. Now you're whipping your egg whites at a medium-high. You can add in half of the sugar. Now you're whipping it on high. You can add in the last half of the sugar. Whip the whites until a stiff peak stage. When you take the whisk out, the peak should be able to stand up. Like that. Now let's get to our egg yolks. Now's also a good time to preheat your oven. Kapow! Blammo! Liquefied! Oh yeah. And now add the cold coffee. Make sure it's cold, you don't want to curdle your eggs. And mix it. Mix it until it turns light and frothy. Yep, like that. Now that our chocolate mixture has sufficiently cooled, we can add it into our egg yolks. Oh yeah, look at that delicious chocolate drool. Mix it until fully incorporated. Next up, we have to lighten up our chocolate mixture with some of our egg whites. We'll take about 1/3 of our egg whites, and this is just to lighten the mixture, so we can mix it any which way we want. No way in particular. Now that it's lightened, we can take another 1/3 of our egg whites, but this time folding it in. So we have to be just a little bit more careful. There's no tears to cry. You gotta use the old over and under method, turning the bowl as you go. And finally, the last third of our egg whites, folding it in again. Look how smooth and creamy it's getting. Oh yeah. That is awesome. Now, time to put it into our 9-inch springform pan. I lined and buttered mine, but I mostly just buttered it so that the liner wouldn't move around. Pour it all in, even out the top, and it's ready to go into our 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Check on it every now and then. Now I'll take the pan and drop it a couple times to get rid of any big pockets of air. And voila! It comes out. That crack in the middle is a good indicator that it's done. It souffles a little and then it deflates as you let it cool. I kept it underneath a piece of parchment paper to help keep it moist. When it's sufficiently cool, we can remove the outer ring carefully from our delicious chocolate cake. And voila! I wrapped it up in some plastic wrap to help keep it moist until it was time to serve. Right before serving, carefully remove the plastic wrap so you don't take off any of that delicious crumb with it. And then plate her up. This step is totally optional, but I like to give it a dusting of powdered sugar. Make sure if you do use powdered sugar to dust it on right before serving, because if the powdered sugar gets moist, you lose that contrast of the white on the dark cake. Finally, we can eat it now! Yay! Time to slice it up. And I like topping my piece off with a strawberry. I think the tartness of it goes really well with the rich chocolate. Even though the chocolate is rich, the cake itself is not dense. Because of all those egg whites you folded in, it's light, airy, fluffy, almost dissolves on your tongue. Definitely give it a try. And thank you for watching.